She always parked in the red fire lane, said the rules didn't apply to her. Even after warnings, tickets, and HOA complaints, Karen kept blocking the emergency access road near our townhomes. Then one night, my neighbor's 10-month-old baby stopped breathing. The ambulance pulled up in under 4 minutes, but couldn't reach the building. And while paramedics sprinted with a stretcher, precious seconds ticked by. That night changed everything. Especially for Karen, who had no idea I had the dashcam footage to end her reign. Warnings ignored, then a life at risk. We live in a quiet, gated townhome complex near Denver, 34 units, one narrow lane that wraps around the buildings, and clearly marked red paint labeled Fire Lane, no parking anytime. Everyone follows it. Except Karen. She lives in Unit 12, right near the bend. For the past year, she's treated the fire lane like her private driveway, parking her white Lexus SUV half on, half off the curb. She says it's temporary, that she's just running in, or that the HOA paint doesn't match the legal code. We've reported her 6 times. The HOA has fined her. She tears the violation notices up in front of the board president. She's daring someone to get hurt, my wife once said. We didn't realize how soon that moment would come. The baby upstairs. The Jacobs family lives 2 doors down from us. Sweet couple, just had their first child, a boy named Micah. Premature by 6 weeks, but growing strong. Then, one Tuesday night, it happened. Around 9:20 p.m., my wife and I were watching TV when we heard screaming from upstairs. Not angry, terrified. Within a minute, I heard pounding feet and a mother yelling for help. Micah had stopped breathing. She ran outside with her phone, on with 911, screaming for the ambulance. It was already on the way. The blocked lane. The ambulance arrived in just under 4 minutes. But when it reached the entrance, it couldn't pass. Karen's Lexus was blocking the exact corner where the fire lane narrows between buildings A and B. The paramedics had to park at the entrance gate, grab all their gear, and sprint 250 feet uphill to reach the Jacobs unit. I watched it happen, helpless and furious. One medic nearly tripped over Karen's planter, which she'd also left half blocking the sidewalk. When they finally reached the baby, 2 more minutes had passed. Micah survived, barely. They got him breathing again before the transport, but those few extra minutes? They mattered. Karen's reaction while the ambulance sped away. Karen came outside in a robe, holding a cup of tea. "What's going on?" she asked. I stared at her. "Your car just blocked EMTs from reaching a baby who almost died." She scoffed. "That's dramatic. They could have walked." "My car wasn't in the way, it's been there all week." "Exactly. You're parking in a fire lane, Karen. It's not legally enforceable," she said. "There's no sign. Just paint. And the HOA's paint is fading, anyway." I took a deep breath and walked away. But in that moment, I knew what I had to do. My dashcam, her downfall. I'm a volunteer firefighter and former EMT. My personal car has a mounted dashcam that records 24/7. The footage from that night? Crystal clear, time-stamped video of Karen's SUV blocking the lane, the ambulance pulling up, stopping, unable to turn, medics running with oxygen tanks and a stretcher, me yelling, "Micah's not breathing." And Karen casually sipping tea afterward like it was just Tuesday. The next morning, I downloaded the footage and made 5 copies. One went to the HOA. One to the local police traffic unit. One to the county fire marshal. One to the paramedic station. And one I kept for later. Karen wasn't just going to get a ticket this time. She was going to face everything she'd earned. Dashcam, justice, and a townhome reckoning. HOA emergency meeting. By Thursday, my video had already made waves. The HOA called an emergency meeting. Not a regular monthly session, a fully scheduled, formal violation hearing. And for once, it wasn't just the usual board members. 10 homeowners showed up in person, including the Jacobs family. Karen arrived last, late, smug, and wearing that same faux fur she always broke out when she wanted to look important. "We're not doing public shaming, are we?" she scoffed as she sat down. Board President Marla spoke first. Calm, but firm. "Karen, you are here to respond to multiple serious violations, including a direct interference with emergency medical response that endangered a minor." Karen laughed, actually laughed. "Come on. He's exaggerating. That baby's fine. I mean, he's out of the hospital already." A gasp echoed through the room. The video hits the screen. I'd emailed the HOA a high-res copy of my dashcam footage. They played it on the large screen at the front of the room. Silence. Everyone watched, minute by minute, Karen's SUV blocking the red lane, the ambulance stopping and reversing, the paramedics running up the slope, one tripping over her planter, my wife screaming, "They can't get through." Karen casually walking outside afterward with tea in hand. When it ended, nobody clapped. Nobody spoke. Karen shifted in her seat. That doesn't prove I caused anything. That's circumstantial." Board President Marla turned red. "You are the only person in this entire complex who parks there. You've ignored 6 official citations. And your actions delayed life-saving care to an infant. Consequences." Finally, Karen's punishment came swift and hard: a $5,000 emergency violation fine, loss of voting rights in the HOA for 12 months, a formal ban on hosting guests or events for 6 months, and the kicker: her vehicle was reported to the local police department, flagged for immediate tow if spotted in the fire lane again, no warning required. Even better, the county fire marshal followed up with his own citation, backed by the EMT supervisor. The footage had made it up the chain. Karen now had a misdemeanor obstruction citation on record. It wasn't jail time, but it was public, and humiliating. The neighborhood response that weekend: every neighbor stepped up. We took turns standing near the fire lane during busy hours to monitor access. Some of us printed and posted laminated signs near Karen's unit that read, "This lane saves lives, don't be the reason it doesn't." Karen tried to have them removed. She was overruled unanimously. She started parking 2 blocks away. Every time she walked past my house, she glared. But I didn't wave. I didn't have to. Epilogue: baby's first birthday. Micah's first birthday was last month. He's healthy now, strong little lungs and chubby legs that love to kick. At the party, his parents quietly pulled me aside and said, "You saved our son." "No," I told them. "You did. I just made sure the next family doesn't have to run down that hill screaming." Karen's still here, but quieter. Because while she thought she could ignore red paint, she learned that some lines aren't just symbolic. They're there to save lives. Like true HOA justice stories with real stakes and real karma. Subscribe now for more dramatic showdowns, wild Karen tales, and real-life revenge that feels better than fiction. Posted weekly, no ambulance required.